we're very thankful he's taken time out of his schedule. Unfortunately, he is injured. He's broken his concussion. So, those that don't know Luke, Luke is now under 16 international for Northern Ireland. He hopes to be back quite soon from his injury to play in the Victory Shield. So we're very lucky that he's taken time out of his busy schedule to come down. Just come straight from the gym. Yeah, doing a lot of upper body strength and stuff, you know, to keep himself fit. We are going to do the match analysis for our game on Saturday. And I want you to all have pen and paper because I want you to take some notes. I've done a bit of commentary over this that we can watch through. After we do the match analysis, then we'll have a chance then for me and Luke to do like a little sort of interview style thing of just him giving his experience as a youth player growing up. He's 4 years older than you, so I mean that what I've just said there makes him sound like really old. But you know, he's under 16, you're under 12, and it'd be quite interesting to hear Luke's story from where he started and developed as a young player, just playing football like mini soccer for fun. His experiences at a couple of different clubs that he's had, and then also then right up into international and the different wee trips that we've had. So we'll do that after the match analysis, and then Luke's going to come out and watch his train as well. So.
Okay, this is early in the game. 2 minutes, 7 words, Paul's goal here, but I've put this up as a such intelligent ball here from Cameron. Where it comes back down here, it's really great first time through ball, put it in a great area. This is where we can hurt teams there from wide areas. Paul's seen this terrifically well across the keeper into the far corner, but doing all these kinds of balls into the wide areas is great for either a wide man to get away or to put it back across into the box for Josh. Really good football.
Okay, so first into the wide areas, but at the same time it's an intelligent finish from Paul to go hard and low and across the keeper. And that put us in good stead. I felt Saturday, first 10 minutes, I thought we didn't play as good a football as what we normally can do. Do you agree? Disagree?
Yeah.
I thought we were a wee bit slow to start. Whether that had our warm-up wasn't the way that it normally was with all the dog poo that was on the pitch, you know. But, right, okay, we'll move on.
Later now, we had a better opportunity to get the ball away there from PK, but he's worked hard back again. He's just ball produced to come back in a second time. I think possibly Paul, you maybe just overplayed it here at the back. Maybe what we're looking for is to play a ball inside there to deep, maybe a 1-2, but it's been given away in a very dangerous area. We're being punished for that. So we're just going to ensure that we don't overplay at the back and take risks.
Okay, so as we said, it's a soft goal that we give away. The first stage, maybe the PK where the ball was lost, he worked hard to go back. Second time we defended went out to Paul. Now, I'm not going to chastise Paul because Paul's qualities as going forward, I mean, you've seen all season. But I suppose it's now just getting that balance of when do we carry the ball, when do we release the ball. I felt Dean there was a nice position, just maybe inside it. You could have just knocked the ball inside the Dean and then ask for it back, you know, play a little 1-2 with him, you know, so we don't concede it. Only other point, Cameron, number 12, could we have done more to stop the ball coming into the box? Could we have stopped the cross? Yeah? What do you think? Is he too far away from you? No, honestly, talk to me.
Yeah.
Is he too far away from you? Because if we go back a little... Right, now that's after the ball was given away. Just as we watch. Maybe it was just too front here, but that's always one of the things we wanted to do. That stop the cross coming into the box. Some of the football we played on Saturday and the stadium was great, you know, and I'm loving the fact that we're now getting the confidence to be able to play the ball, their defenders at the back, because I do have to realise we've got to be realistic. You know, the clubs that you came from, and I know Neil's filming, so I'm not going to name the clubs, but a lot of the instructions you were given as defenders is get rid of it. Clear? Am I right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's now trying to change that. They're going to say, no, hey, you're allowed to play at the back. And again, when we put up the clips, even the first goal was given away. That's why, you know, I'm careful in terms of what I say. You know, PK worked hard on the back. Paul, you know, also, but I'm not going to scream and call and say, you should have just hoofed that. You know, my instruction was maybe could we play inside the Dean and play 1-2, because I don't want to take the qualities out of his game, because I want you all, you're all good in the ball. So you should always all want the ball and play the ball, because you've got that freedom to be able to do that here. But it's now just challenged to say, where do you do it on the pitch? Maybe, you know, in an area like that, do you look for the wee 1-2 and stuff, you know, that we maybe don't get caught in the trouble. I think as well now with Green Island, but which is what we've noticed with maybe a lot of the teams this season, the hunting packs. Yeah? Is that what you're going to say, Alan? So the hunting packs, and when you watch back when we looked at the great football that we played, where was our success coming from? It was the mixture of the dribbling and the one touch, two touch, you know, where we moved the ball really well. And probably one of the best bits was when we moved the ball from right to left. It was absolutely superb. So, all in all, good. I thought our discipline was great, especially at the end with the incident that went, what marred the game in my eyes. You know, it really spoiled the game. But we can look now forward then to place in the quarterfinals of the Shield against Carrick Rangers. I think it'll probably be November, I'm guessing, was all the fixtures for October. Yeah. We've got Luke Fisher here tonight. He's given us time out of his schedule to come down to give you his experiences growing up as a player. A quick overview. Luke started our program, mini soccer program, at the age of 6. And from that, went for a number of years during mini soccer in Dundonald. And joined Bloomfield, was your first boys club.
Yeah,
and we started our one-on-one coaching, and you were P6 when we started one-on-one. Yeah. So, I suppose the first experiences of mini soccer. You know, what was your experience of mini soccer? How did you find it?
It was good. You know, I wanted to play football. I wanted to have a ball each. I wanted to score goals. Good.
So it's like sort of again, we're just freedom to hone your skills, ball each, doing skills from an early age, from the age of 6. Yeah, and small sided games, which is perfect. And then that scene, then you then joined Bloomfield then, which is a local, for people watching this outside of here, they're a local boys club then in East Belfast.
Yeah.
What was your experiences of that? How did you first start? Were you playing small sided games at the start, or was it 11 aside? Was your
We went in straight into 11 aside school.
Right. And you would have been 10? 9. So, as a 9-year-old, how did you find that then, playing on the big pitch, 11 aside?
Acres of space. Goals were massive. Keepers were about that high.
So your rate score just hit high above the keeper. And it's interesting as well, because people, you know, you'll see Luke now, and by no means is he the finished product yet. He's still got a long way to go. But you might just look upon Luke and think, you know, he's under 16 international. But there's obviously, you've got to see what's all been behind Luke as well. You know, at Bloomfield, your first season, were you playing every game? Were you sub? Were you?
I think I played the
Majority of games, yeah. So, and if I was to ask you now, because that would have been under 11, under 11, we started working together at the one-on-one coaching, and I'll probably still say this to this day, that this is the best player that never played under me.
You told me that.
Yeah, this is the best player that never played under me, because when I was academy director at the Storring, Luke came to the training at the pre-season and was ready to sign for my under 12s. That would have been, wouldn't it? I think, you know, he's 98, date of birth, so would have been signed for me, but that was when I stood down as academy director at the Storring, and unfortunately then, you never got to play under me?
No.
Although we still seen plenty of each other, because I think we've probably seen each other for a period of 2 years every day, apart from a Friday. I think was the only day you had off, was it?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, because it's one-on-one coaching that we were working on. You know, it started off twice a week we were working, alongside his club training, and that progressed then up to possibly as many as 4 or 5 times a week. But with the academy as well, you're coming down for the extra training on Sunday. So we probably had to look in maybe 5 times a week, which was great. And it showed you then was from Bloomfield, and you joined Dungoing. Dungoing. And it was left wing was his position that he played. But I mean, you had good experiences. You played left back.
Left back, yes.
Left wing.
Yeah.
Occasions you were doing on the right as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe just take maybe a wee minute just to tell everybody your experience in at Dungoing.
Dungoing. We were in the South Belfast League, so we were against the teams of like Larne, St Oliver Plunkett, and I'm trying to think of the big top teams.
Any Irish League clubs were around there?
No, I don't think so.
Ridgeway, you pretty good at that as well, yeah.
Ridgeway. They were the tough games. Dungowan was a good team then. Top of the league every time. Won the South Belfast League 2 years in a row. I think we won the South Belfast League Cup. And we went on to the National League Beast, we did. Progressed there, won that. And we also won the Tesco Cup, which is known as the NIBFA. Went over to St Andrews at Birmingham's ground. Played the winners of Wales, got beat 1-0. But it was all over, it was a good experience.
Yeah. I mean, the NIBFA would be a national competition here in Northern Ireland, so it's all the boys and Irish League clubs playing this. So to win that tournament, it's a real prestigious tournament. You know, we'll enter it this year as well ourselves. It's a huge tournament because to win that really is what you're saying is that you're the best team at your age group.
Yeah.
In terms of your schedule, again, this is quite interesting for our boys and interesting for everybody that's watching. I mean, your schedule back then, we possibly would have worked anything from 2 to 4 times a week doing one-on-one training.
Yeah.
You then would have had 2 nights with your club,
Yeah,
which was Monday and Wednesday. Then he had his county training with Northern Ireland on a Tuesday, and then you had the elite on a Sunday with our academy as well. Yeah. So that would have been, was it another night that you have with the counties?
Wednesday.
With the accents on the coast, was it? Yeah. So, you know, if you add all that up, it just shows you the commitment that Luke had to this football, and it shows you that some people maybe watching might maybe only think, he just has to go to his club training once a week, or maybe twice a week. That's not the case. That's something which we have tried to bring to this group as well, that their main official club nights is a Tuesday and a Thursday.
Yeah.
Tonight, as you've seen, this is when they do their match analysis. Next week they've got their teacher and they do their studies and stuff with. They have a conditioning coach on a Sunday. That's at Liverpool, which will come on to that subject in a wee minute. He worked under Rafa Benitez, Aaron, that takes you on a Sunday. But then they've also got open training sessions to go to as well on a Monday or a Friday night, and often on Sunday as well. What's up? And one-on-ones, there's a lot of boys in here that are doing one-on-one as well. So it's perfect because, you know, that's what we're trying to mirror, because to develop as a player, you need to have, the more touches you can have with the ball, the more quality sessions you can have underneath your belt, the better. And you see that Luke's schedule, he's probably going every day of the week, you know. But at any stage did you feel drained or tired or? No? It's a good coach.
Bags of energy.
Yeah, because I mean that's annoying as well. You've got to monitor, because of the, you know, when we say all these sections that he's doing, it wasn't that he was running marathons or running, it was all ball.
Yeah, all ball.
It was all sort of game realistic as well. And what was nice about that then, I suppose the first opportunity then, you got invited down to the Liverpool Academy here based in Belfast.
Yeah, Liverpool Academy, we were playing against Aquinas, and Liverpool District came up to me and my dad and said, we'd like to invite you down to the Liverpool Academy up at Icefield. You see me from the Liverpool, like playing Liverpool FC, and then ever since that game he watched me and then invited me up.
Great.
Friday night.
So that was every Friday then. He was training then with the other local boys then across the country then, were coming up to that. And how did you find that training then?
That was good. I think that was good training. Like.
Yeah. And I mean that experience also offered you an opportunity then to go over to the Liverpool Football Club. But, you know, he was flown over. So I'm going to give Luke just a wee minute just to go and give you that experience. About, first of all, what was it like to be away from your parents?
Well, the first one, it was weird. It didn't seem like same without my mum and dad being there. Being away like a different country with one of your pals in the same room, no one there to help you. And then you only go to the academy, trained, got your lunch, went to the games room, trained again, and then back to the hotel and then went out for the night. We did that, so we did.
And you would have been 14, wasn't it, the first time you went over? Would you have been 14 or?
I think it was 13.
Or not, maybe 13, you know. So, you know, you guys here are 10, nearly 11. So if you imagine that, so this is Luke, you know, heading over to England on a plane, the age of 13, nearly 14, away from his parents. I mean, it's daunting, and as you say, a wee bit funny the first time, but obviously then the second and third time, I mean, they obviously looked after you well, did they? You know,
Yeah, food was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it was, you could have anything with it.
And you would have trained then at the academy then at Liverpool then, so I mean, what was that for in terms of the facilities, in terms of
Best
coaching?
facilities I've probably seen. Kirby. meaning you would, like, there's two different training grounds. There's the first team training ground, Melwood, and then there's Kirby. So you wouldn't see the first team players, but you would see like under 18s, and then you can look up to them and see how they play and try and make that adapt to your game.
Yeah, great. And how did you find the experience training? Because it would have been a mixture. It would have been obviously a lot of people, a lot of kids that you were training from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Any further afield from Liverpool, or like yourself, maybe coming over from Northern Ireland, or?
There would be me and some other, like one of the pals would come over.
Yeah. So
My
just
academy.
so there's two of you then from here,
Yeah.
and all the other kids, were they all mainly from the Liverpool area then?
Yeah. I think some from a couple from Manchester, I think. But mostly all based from London.
Yeah, good. And how did you find it? Did you gel well, or did it take a wee bit, or?
I took a wee bit, like, the way I thought, like, when you were over there, like, you're trying to take their front space, so you wouldn't get the ball as much, and then you have to fight harder to get the ball.
Yeah. Good,
Like,
good.
they disowned you, like, they would be them, and then they would be me and my friend.
Yeah. So it just took a wee while, just maybe, I suppose, just get that bond and maybe that trust and friendship and stuff.
Yeah.
And as you say then, as that went on, you, along with the coaching, then you would have played games then as well, then for Liverpool.
Yeah, played up to over 10 games, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that must be a great experience to put on the Liverpool kit and you know, to see the preparations and maybe just what was their preparations like from what you're used to hear, you know, in your typical game, whether it be with, you know, your Dungoyne or your Northern Ireland. I mean, did they prepare differently from team talk and preparations leading up to the game to the game day?
It was probably the same. It was obviously more training than you get at your boys' club. But the training was excellent. Like, you do like training with all your teammates, and then you go off and do like individual training. Like strikers would do shooting, wingers would do like crossing and shooting, coming sitting inside and hitting shots, and then defenders would practice their defending.
Yeah, great. So it's more sort of specialist and special
Yeah.
area of things, yeah. Good. And there's also occasion then that you were taken to the games.
Yeah, I watched first team games on Anfield. Got took to like academies, like there was this wee room for academy players, and you got your meal at half time, and you could watch. There was a TV that could show you other games and other results. So that's where you went for half time instead of standing out in the cold.
Brilliant. I believe there's one occasion where you passed the odd famous player.
Past Stephen Gerrard, past the room. Was going to the toilet, saw Jose Enrique and Stuart Downey. So that.
It's a great experience, huh? And how were they? Were they sort of friendly and stuff, or
Yeah, they
coachable?
say hello to you, and then you could get a picture and autograph if you want.
Yeah, it's great. So I mean, it's a marvellous experience for what 13, 14, and you know you're now 15. Yeah.
Yeah, nearly 15.
So you know, I mean, it's amazing to think that Luke has had these experiences, and he's not even 15 yet. You know, it's December your birthday, so.
Yeah.
Couple months off.
Still got another years till someone picks me.
Yeah, so it's a very exciting time, you know, and you know, covering the Liverpool aspect, I suppose what would be quite nice is, you know, the academy when you're with. Before I set up a club, those who don't know, the badge which is on our sleeve, TW Academy, that's still in place. That's still set up for children to come in and get additional training from their other clubs. That's why on a Sunday you would see maybe some different faces where it's not just kids from, you know, the TW Braga. That was something that Luke was part of, and we did a couple of tours, and probably the most famous one that we always look back on quite fondly, Holland. Yeah, we had 4 really enjoyable days in Holland. We flew into Amsterdam, and we stayed. Where did we stay? It was quite close to Eindhoven, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite
Yeah.
close.
Den Bosch. Yeah, stayed in Den Bosch, which is quite a young. Up and coming town. This is a university town, so it's full of young people, you know, and it's a real nice place.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the first night we went, we just had like we stayed at a lovely hotel, we had a wee stroll up, and I mean, it was perfect. It was like, you know, little coffee shops and stuff, and not the coffee shops that people might be watching us thinking about in Amsterdam, you know, proper coffee shops where you can sit down, have a wee drink. It was just chilled out atmosphere. It's really, really nice. Yeah, it's really homely. That's a great word. And we then played against PSV Eindhoven's feeder team.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Yeah, and Luke will maybe tell you his experience from what he can remember from that game.
Started centre mid, so it is. And I got moved out to the left mid.
Yeah.
Scored.
Yeah. Tell him about the goal. It wasn't just a score, it was a...
I picked it up from someone passed it halfway line. Took past one, 2, 3, pull inside, right through the top corner.
Right foot top corner, yeah. And this brings us on quite nicely because although I don't want to completely come away from Holland straight away, when Luke came in, first of all, to one-on-one coaching, he's a talent. There's no doubt about it. He's a real exciting talent, but all left foot.
Yep.
Didn't like that right one that much, did you?
No, I don't like it.
There was a session on our one-on-one. I says, "Look, you're maybe going to hate me after this, but we are going to get you using that right foot." And it was an awful session because Luke is a perfectionist. He likes to do everything top notch. And when I'm saying, right, use your right foot, use your right foot. And it was near enough like a baby learning to walk, wasn't it? Like I don't mean to be that in a real bad way at it, but it was. You ever hear me make a comment? You dancing around the ball to get it on your favourite foot? Yeah, we used to do that. And you notice we always say we because in the one-on-one coaching, those that I work with one-on-one, and even here at Braga, everything is we because this is us working as a team.
Yeah.
And that one day, basically, I held a ball and we got Luke just coming up with it and striking it with his right foot just to get the feeling of it because it's just the repetition to get used to it so that it's coming from his foot and ingrained. And we started then doing some shooting with his right foot from 6-yard line.
6 yard, yes.
And going in, we were building a par. Maybe after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, we went to the penalty spot, and then we took it to 18. And I said to him at that time when he didn't like working on his right foot that much, he says, there will be a stage that there'll be somebody, a stranger, that will ask you a question, what foot do you kick with?
Yep.
And I don't know if you remember it, we were down at Ormo Park, and there's a guy walking the dog, and Luke cracked this shot with his left foot in the roof in it. Next one, his right foot cracked it, bang, near bust the bar. And this guy, stranger, didn't know him, walking the dog. What foot does that kid use? And I was like, yes, and it felt good because all of a sudden then, Luke was then getting the stage thinking that he was putting the ball in with his right foot. And you weren't happy because you weren't getting it where exactly you wanted it, you know. So, and that just went from a period of probably 3 months.
Yeah, it was just trickling in, it wasn't going for, like, into the net without bouncing.
And when we went to Holland, coming back to this game, we started him in centre midfield. There's always a reason behind my thought. We've talked about this in the classroom on a Thursday. Always a reason behind everything. And one of the reasons why we did that was we wanted to get him really involved in the game. Because sometimes, it might be like down a game, we might go and say, this is our left winger here, no. We say, right, we'll put him in the centre and give him a different experience. And we did that, but also it's important for him to go out and play in your preferred position, and then we put that out. And the DJ that was with us, loved that idea. He says, I love the thought, you put him in that centre midfield and then you move him out on the left. And the beat 3 men as if they weren't there, 4 and cut inside, and the finish in the right foot was a lovely wee dink as well. And the PSV guys that were there, the schools there says, Lefty they called you? That was your name?
Lefty.
Lefty, we like Lefty. We take Lefty.
And then we played Helmond Sport, was it?
Helmond Sport, yeah. What experience? $6,000 seater stadium. Their first team was away, and says, do you want to play in the stadium? Yeah. And talk us through that game.
Well, it was weird because the pitch was all combed off. It was quite smaller than our 11-side pitch. And I can remember scoring 2 goals in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes, and then after that, we just kept on scoring. Yeah.
It was a bit of a mismatch.
And I can remember the penalties.
Yeah. We did the penalties at the end.
Someone had a penalty and it was over the bar. I hit one of the windows.
It was, because we went to Helmond Sport, which is, I think, their 2nd division Dutch club, or 1st division Dutch club. So this is a proper football stadium. I mean, this is a $6,000 seater stadium, and we've got, 12 you were at that stage?
Yeah.
12 years old playing in this. But the Dutch, they're the small-sided games. They said this, we play 9-a-side at this age group. So, although a lot of our boys were used to playing 11-a-side back here at home, we respect that. We're in somebody else's home. We're in Holland, so he says, no worries, we play 9-a-side. We played 9-a-side, that's as Luke says, the width that was tapered in with cones, and it was like a 9-a-side goal, like a 12-by-6 goal. We were like the goals outside here tonight. And quite early on, it was a wee bit of a mismatch because the normally would play, professional clubs would generally play a year down. So in other words, user 2002. If we would go play against a professional club, we would normally play against their 2003s because they try to think it's more of a balance, if you know what I mean. And it was an imbalance because it did go quite one-sided. And I subbed you.
Me.
I took you off. Keegan.
Yeah.
Ryan McCrory, was it? Maybe?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think, you know, this is going back a number of years. And the Dutch guy was speaking, funny enough, Dutch, and said, this is really strange. I said to the DJ, he says, what's he has? He says, he can't understand, because he says, the English coaches that come, when it's a win like this, they keep on going, oh, let's win, let's win, let's win. And he says, he's just scratching his head, this guy's just taking off his 3 best players. You know, and that was just to try and get a balance as well. And, you know, it was perfect, because they didn't give up.
No, they scored.
They got a wee goal, they got a real mentality. And it's a Dutch thing that after every game, regardless of whether it's win, lose, draw, they always hit penalties. I scored a penalty that day, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, they put their manager in, wasn't it? It was hitting against an 11-year-old, was it?
No.
Sounded the wrong way, didn't it?
Yeah.
But also, what was nice, we had stadium tours as well. We went round PSV Eindhoven's ground. I mean, what a lovely ground that was. Yeah.
Experience was unbelievable again. So it was probably the best ground I've been to.
Yeah. And the girl that we had showing us around the stadium, I mean, she just had, what are you laughing at, Cameron? But she just took such an interest in her group and was so genuine, and just everything we got to see the Dutch Eredivisie, which is like, you know, they're called the Premier League, so like Shield.
DJ told us a story about it dropped off the bus.
Yeah, that's right, the bus drove over it.
Yeah, and then some person picked it up.
And we see,
That's been seen now, don't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So there was, you know, it was lovely stories you're saying, and I mean, it was a lovely ground. We also went to PSV Eindhoven's first team training ground, and you know, you guys won't appreciate it until you see it. And I think as well, a lot of our boys and a lot of our parents were shocked, because even in the games, yeah, that's the point. When we played the match, the parents that came from here couldn't believe the Dutch parents, because they were just silent on the touchline, weren't they?
Yeah.
And obviously some people here are used to the parents, you know, shouting, coaches. No, in Holland it's treated as a social gathering, you know, I'm lucky because all your parents do so much as well, because that's what the parents do. In Holland, when the child signs for a football team, it's like, what can your mum and dad do? What can your mum and dad do? What can your mum and dad do? And it's like, you know, how many hours can you give us? Because if you go to these pitches, like the boys' clubs will be seeing, there's like probably about 30 pitches at each club.
Yeah.
Some clubs will have as many as 100 teams within the one club. They could have 10 under 12 teams. And it's like A, B, C, D and E. And the E's could be like the one under 12. But there could be an E1 to E10 team.
Yeah.
E1, E2 would be the selection process. The ones that are more developed, more talented. But the other ones that just want to play football for fun will play at the lower. So that's why when you play at Holland in like the league format, it's very unrealistic to get a result that's more than 4 goals and stuff. Touchline, it's the parents use it as a social thing. They're there just talking to each other. Some parents maybe may offer a couple of hours working behind the bar, because all the parents
weren't even there, were they?
That's
big house.
That's right. Big clubhouse and big balcony and stuff that you go up and have a drink, get something to eat, and just watch and stuff. So it's brilliant, it really is. And hopefully we'll have an experience to bring you guys over to that. And at PSV's training ground, I mean, this is another thing, because you guys will watch the Premier League, and some of these clubs and some of these players are very professional game, the grassroots game is like that in England. It's massive. It's way ahead. There are some exceptions, but in Holland, it's practically like that.
Yeah.
Because when we went to the PSV training ground, you had the first team that trained there, players that were there, but along with the kids. So you know, the training side by side, and that was a real nice atmosphere, because what was your teammate? Sammy. Yeah, this is before I really is right. Sergio, my contacts weren't great. You know, I've seen this kid from my academy in the black tracksuit run across. He's just went on the pitch. He's went on the pitch. It was with one of the goalkeepers that. And he went, can I have a shot at you?
You don't understand.
He's gone, sorry, you didn't know what he was saying.
And then the goalkeeper coach. Who was that?
Hans Segers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The people watching this, the older crowd will remember him from the Crazy Gang, you know, Wimbledon. He was there and he says, right, come on kid, come on over. And he brought the whole squad over and we hit penalties.
Yeah, all hit penalties.
This was against PSV Eindhoven's keeper.
You were good.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's unreal. He's jammed.
6 feet.
Did you score?
Yeah.
Majority of the score.
It was good. Like, you know, it was quite funny, because they're all doing the keepers going, you know, you go that way, like, you know. So I mean, this is a club that plays in the Champions League. You know, this is a top professional club, and it just shows you how grounded their players are. There's no big egos over in Holland. No big egos. No, they're just normal guys, and the fans are allowed to come into the training ground, watch the training, speak with the players, get photographs, get autographs. I mean, it's just such a really nice atmosphere, you know.
Yeah,
around
everyone
the
felt like they were at home.
yeah. And it's something that you know, I could easily as a coach go over there and coach. I would love the opportunity. If PSV Eindhoven's watching this here, I would be available. No, joke. So, and it's nice to see different cultures. You know, we get different food. You see, you know, so it's nice to experience all that. The local chippy was good as well.
Yeah.
You tell us to eat healthy.
Huh?
You tell us to eat healthy.
Yes, but the
The
chip
chippy
shops
was
in
just
Holland are
completely
healthy. Okay, and where else were we went to Fulham?
Fulham, yeah.
Yeah, we had a trip to London. We played against Fulham's academy, which was a fantastic setup as well.
Win.
No, we didn't win.
How much did you get big?
7 0 was it?
5.
5 0 was it? Yeah, it was. We had a disappointing
Post
first
that,
half. Yeah, look at the post. It was a disappointing first half in a way because we didn't really start. But then again, our boys showed good character because it was a wee bit like a Bloomfield game. If you remember, and I brought you in. He says, we can do that in this boy, you know, and he says, like, let's treat it as 2 minute games, and that's the first half over, and our boys show really good character, but I mean, we played against boys that would have been the same age, if not older, because we took a bit of a mixture of a squad. Luke would have been one of the older ones that we would have had, we had a couple of 2000 players as well, so, but again, I mean, it was another tremendous experience, you know, seeing a Premiership club, playing a game against the proper full academy.
Who else do we play?
Yes, Baldy that we speak to on Twitter, North Kent Academy,
Yeah.
North Kent Academy, and that was a really good game, wasn't it? 2-2, I think, or
Two
2-2.
free kick.
Yeah. So these, I mean, you see, these are positive memories you make up, and you see things that will stick. I mean, look, we always often talk about Holland. I mean, you, me, and your daddy and stuff. And you know, I'm conscious of time because we've got a training session coming up here tonight. But you know, fast forward it on. You're involved in Northern Ireland. Under 16s, you made your debut.
Yeah, we used to have played Austria, Malta, Russian team. We went over to Turkey for over Easter. We went for a 2-week training camp in Gold City. It was a 5-star hotel, unbelievable. Had their own football pitch, and own tennis courts. I remember the last day we went to play football tennis. That was good.
Yeah.
And we played a Russian team, and we played a Turkish men's team, so we did. 2 good results, I think we drew one and we won one, I think.
Yeah.
So it was a good old experience, and then we played Belgium away, and then we played Finland away. Recently we drew 2 each and won 1-0, and then this week we've been playing Poland, but I haven't played because I'm injured.
Yeah, unfortunately, Luke's injured, but I mean, it just shows you, you know. This is just a lovely story because it's a boy that's just playing football for fun, mini soccer, has developed. But I need you to understand how much work this boy puts in. He deserves this, and that's why I'm hoping this injury clears up quite quick so you can get back involved in the Victory Shield. Because Victory Shield's a massive tournament. You know, Paul already said it's on TV and all. You know, it's all televised. And I mean, you see the experiences being Turkey, Belgium, Finland. He was in Holland with ourselves. I mean, this is just perfect because it's, you know, doing something that he loves, getting to see the world. All these are experiences, and I mean, it's absolutely perfect. But you've got to take it right back. I mean, when we look at the one-on-one, you know, you see now the dark winter nights coming in. There was rare nights that we were out. The rain was hammering down.
Yeah.
We were out when the place was covered in snow and matches were called off. We were still out.
Yeah.
We went out, we trained. You know, so regardless of what the weather was, regardless of what was going on, even a bad day at school, we were out. And we were developing, and you know, it was just non-stop. And Luke was probably, you were doing maybe up to 20 hours a week, was the average a day.
Yeah.
And you know, in the book and in the player passports that we share with you, we talk about the 10,000 hour theory and about additional practice and contact time, and that just shows you the importance of it. And you can get your rewards at the end of it. Luke's under no illusion, he knows he's still got a long way to go.
Long way to go.
But it's lovely to see, you know, where he's put in the hard work from an early age, to see how he's developed. Yeah. And the one thing about it is, regardless now, you know, what happens as his career progresses, these are things that you'll never be able to take away. These are, you know, experiences that he has had, that he has enjoyed, that you never be able to take away. You know, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Liverpool Football Club he's been on, PSV Eindhoven he's been on, Ajax we were at in the Holland trip, Fulham, you've been at Rangers, Birmingham, Wolves. Home, were you at home?
No.
And you see all these countries that he's travelled to, so, you know, he's done ever so well, and I'm very, very proud of Luke. Ali McCoist as well, eh?
Yeah.
So, you know, what we'll do, because I'm conscious of time going on here to get out of the train. Any questions, then put up your hand.
Football mad after that.
Brilliant, brilliant. Good. Good question. Any others?
What team did you get injured against?
What team did they get injured against? We were playing a friendly against Glentown 97 school. Year it was.
And it's part and parcel of the game, is injuries, and you know, you just got to take it. And you know, for those that don't know, Luke was down doing a workout in the gym. For the boys that came in a wee bit later there, he was down in the gym tonight working. So even with his foot up and he can't play football, he's still doing work on his upper body strength.
Yeah.
And he's taking time out of his schedule as well. So any other ones? Luther? You're just doing a dance. Any other questions? No? Wasn't so long ago you were this age, sure it wasn't? Just shows you how quick, you know, things can move in football, and I'm very, very proud of Luke, I really am. Owen?
Why did you quit horse riding?
Why did I quit horse riding? I had a terrible fall. Fell off a horse in the fire exit door. I remember that.
Fire exit door?
Yeah, fire exit door.
Might have been bad.
There's no fire.
Much matches were the time that you're shooting.
It depends, because I have to go to the hospital every week and see how it's going. All I have to do is take it week by week and see what happens.
But how many weeks do you have to look now?
I don't know, because the hospital needs to like get the X-ray and all, see what's...
So there's a hopefully, hopefully not too long.
Yeah.
You go for it. So good. I think we should show our appreciation with a big round of applause for Luke coming down. And I mean, this is what we say. This is a really, you know, he's developed and matured into a lovely young man. You know, we always tell these guys about a strong handshake and the importance of eye contact. And you see, he's sat here quite confident, you know, speaking with the camera on him and with you guys around him. And it's lovely to see that, and that's how we all want you to develop, because that's people skills, that's life skills, and we want you all to develop that way as well. And I mean, to say that I can't stress how the effort and the hard work that Luke has put in, and he deserves everything that comes his way over the next couple of years. We hope things go really well for him. So thanks very much, mate. Yeah, brilliant. And you come out and enjoy watching the boys train. We'll bring them a seat over. Okay, well done. Mistake, you're right, you get a ball, do some kick ups on the outside.
First. Oh, is this? Wait, that's my first training session.
Oh, don't, right, you're right, get a ball, do some kick ups on the outside. Look at that. Yeah, he ducked. Right, so you're going to just do some keepy ups.
What's he doing?
You're right, do some keepy ups between you and the teammate.
Only your eyes. Especially this time. Just everybody leaving for Joshua. Everybody leaving for me. I'm going to start.
Right, once come out now, let's
Wait, I haven't got yet.
Who's in the final?
That's me even looking.
You and Tim?
Hey, you're flicking it off.
Okay, well done, right? That's it. Doesn't always have to be a feat. make sure we're putting the ball in. That's to be accurate. But let's see what our teammates' first touch is like. Stays in this half. But I want you to communicate early. If you don't have a ball, make yourself available and ask for the ball. But try and be a pass ahead, because if that ball quickly comes in from Blake, I've had that wee look as Blake plays to me, I know I can go like that, to Tim, and then quickly come across and ask for a ball off Dean or Paul, and then when I get that ball, we can spin. Alright, so I want to see how quick we can work. You shouldn't be on the ball for more than 2 seconds. Let's go. Always make yourself available if you don't have a ball. Check the shoulder.
That's big. Yes, I'm here. Pull. Pull.
Ball. It's been, making sure you get the ball to feet, but I haven't seen any driven balls. So what I want just now to try and get into your routine is short, long. So if you come and get a short one off Josh, Josh gives me the ball, and I go to Finlay. If I then maybe get one from Paul, and I go to Dean. And the next one I get, if it comes from, say, Blake, I'm maybe looking then to take that touch and maybe drive it, say, Luther, out wide like that. And then we go again. Now, this becomes busy because it's half a pitch. We've got 7 balls in the go, so it means that there are only going to be 7 people that's free to receive. So this is where our communication has got to come up, and also there's our awareness, checking our shoulder, knowing who's available. Yeah? So let's try and get a routine now. Can we go short, long? Short, long. Yeah? Let's go. Vary the passing. Hold it. Brilliant. Game. It's a 4-colour game. We've got 4 red, 4 blue, 3 yellow, 3 orange. 2 teams are keeping possession of the ball, 2 teams are trying to win. We're playing the whole half, yeah? I might just shout out red, blue. Reds and blues are trying to keep the ball. Orange and yellow are trying to win it. You understand? If the oranges win it, it's obviously then orange and yellow on the same team. But then you also go by my call, because then I might just turn around and say orange, blue. So that's all a big transition, that you're going from keeping the ball to maybe trying to win the ball. You understand? Any questions? No? So it's a possession game, but you've got to listen for the couple. Good, good talking, Dylan. Yeah, well played. Good. played. Well done, well done. That's it. Lovely. Go, go, go. Still there.
For 5 passes, they get to play the ball out of this area to try and score. So, what way are the Blues trying to score? So if they keep it for 5 passes and the ball happens to come to Dono on the 5th pass, Dono might make a wee pass out for Finlay to run on and score. When the ball and Finlay leave the area, the nearest red can try and put him under pressure to stop him from scoring. Yep, just 5 passes, get the ball free, and somebody scores. Don't confuse this game. Keep the ball for 5 passes, set somebody free and score. Yeah? Okay, here you go. Sorry, Finlay, that was awful. Don't close it.
You're all too tight.
One more. Yeah, now we can score. Here you go.
Yes!
Yeah, we finish. Well done. Right, putting the ball back in, Reds. 1 up Blue. Go back in the throw, don't signal it up. Back the other way.